Broken Homes. This is a podcast for musicians and artists alike. My name is Mark.
And I'm Renegade.
And we're going to talk with folks about anything from new releases to tour stories.
The good, the bad, and the worst. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, and welcome back to Ragged Bones, a Robbers Roost podcast. Go ahead and tell everybody who we have hanging out with us today, Mark.
We have Logan Hansen from Mr.Meaner from Fargo. Go ahead and tell us about yourself and what you do, Logan.
I live in Fargo, North Dakota. I play in a swing punk band called Mr.Meaner. We got, I believe we're at 7 pieces right now. We got trumpet, trombone, saxophone, banjo, guitar, bass, and drums.
Holy shit. That's awesome.
We just released a split with Run Rabbit Run from Cincinnati, Ohio in September. We just finished up a tour with them.
How would you describe y'all's music?
Kind of swingy, dusty.
So how long have y'all been active as Mr.Meaner?
I've been writing songs under the name Mr.Meaner for, I think it's been about 7 years.
Holy shit.
And, but my banjo player, Mike, had joined and it was just an acoustic duo with me and him. And when we moved back to Fargo, which is where I'm from, he's from Minnesota, but we moved back, and then a friend that played drums with me in a different band wanted to kind of start playing drums, and then we plugged it in, and then we got a bass player, and then we got a horn player, and then we didn't stop at one.
Where did the name come from?
When I was younger, I got in trouble quite a bit, and one day my buddy, he had picked me up from jail and was driving me back to his place where I had stayed, and he looked at me, he's like, "You just are Mr.Meaner, man." and so we used that name, and like I don't call myself Mr.Meaner or anything.
Yeah,
but,
you're not Mr.Meaner.
Yeah. But we were gonna change our name, actually, 'cause it used to be a lot longer. It was like Mr.Meaner in the penitentiaries, and we just dropped it to Mr.Meaner, and then we were talking about changing the name for a couple years, and it was too late.
It's kind of stuck.
Yeah, it is too late. We couldn't do it, so.
So what do you do outside of music?
I'm a bartender, and yeah, I just pretty much work and play music.
Word.
That's about it.
Do you have any animal friends? And if so, what are
Yes.
their names?
There's so many animal friends in my house. We have my 2 dogs. I have Jake and Iggy. Jake being a pit lab mix, and then Iggy being a Chihuahua pug mix. Then we have a Great Dane in my house.
Oh my god.
She big white, looks like a big old damn horse. She's fucking huge, man. I got another dog that just moved into Ditto. That's my new roommate's other dog. She's a beautiful lab.
So when did you first start playing music, and what was your first instrument?
My first instrument was a guitar. I started playing kind of like I got interested in playing music probably when I was like 13 or 12. It's kind of when I started like wanting to, I guess, but no like drive or passion until I was like 15 or 16 is kind of when I started getting serious, and when I realized that I wanted to be a musician and I didn't want to just play music for fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how many times have you been around the sun? I'm trying to be sneaky. How old are you, sir? Is that okay to ask?
Yes. I'm 24.
Cool.
What? I thought you were like 28, 29.
Nope.
Oh, no?
Nope.
What the fuck, dude? Sneaky.
I turned 25 in January.
Woo!
Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. It's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any weird hobbies or collect anything?
Let me think. I hoard instruments. Yeah, I hoard instruments. I like Nintendo a lot. I play a lot of Nintendo games. And I play a lot of Magic too.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh God.
Like best worst movie.
Oh, what's it fucking called? It was the Saw movie. It wasn't Saw, but it was like the Saw-esque movie, and it was called like House of Nine or some shit. And the premise was just that like there's 9 people in this house, and only one of them could leave, and then they'll get a bunch of money and shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking
I think
about.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
You showed it to me, Ren. What is it called? You know what he just said?
They might. It's like House of Nine.
Yeah, okay.
There's a couple movies like this too, but I just remembered like it trying to be like suspenseful and awful. It was just so awful, and it was like I just remember this one part where this dude is just like huddling in the corner, and he's like holding all this like raw chicken or something, and he's just like eating it, and he's like she's gonna eat all the food, and he's just like freaking out. And I saw that, and I just turned it off. I'm like, I can't take this serious no more.
Do this. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Raw chicken.
It was a terrible fucking movie. I remember like seeing it was. I saw it when I was pretty young. I was like 16 or something, and ever since then, like that scene will pop into my head sometimes. I'm like, that was such a fucking awful movie.
Okay, so what's the most recent release, and/or are there any tour plans in the near future?
We just did a release with Run Rabbit Run, as I mentioned earlier, the Extra Dry split. It is available on their Bandcamp right now. We're struggling with some technical issues on our Bandcamp that we got to figure out to get all of our stuff updated. But we are also going to be recording, hopefully, our full length this winter, and we should be touring in the spring.
Sweet.
And
hell yeah.
And we are going to start booking Bindlefest 3 here soon.
Cool. And that's in North Dakota, right?
Yep, that's in Fargo, North Dakota.
What time of year do you usually try to book it?
I believe the first one, because this is only our third one, and the first one was about 4 years ago, and then this last one was this last year. But first one is in the fall, and this last one is in the spring. We're going to try and push it, I think, a little bit sooner in the spring, because we kind of were booked around a bunch of other fests on accident. So we still had a great turnout, and it was amazing.
That sounds awesome. I hope we get to play the next.
Yeah,
one
that would be awesome if y'all do.
That would be so cool. And speaking of tour, what's your favorite tour location you ever been to? Like a show spot, or even just somewhere pretty or something?
I'd say honestly, like the most pretty thing I've seen on tour was this big waterfall in Oklahoma on this last tour, and it was like on our day off. We were on our way home. We had I think like one show left, but I'm terrified of heights and I don't like water. And but I went there and it was gorgeous, and like I'm obviously gonna go explore, and all the other people that are usually all like climbing around shit and all that, they didn't come with, and it was me, Mike, and Scotch. And I just remember getting real fucking high up, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm like there's no like I just gotta keep going, and I don't get in the water. Like I was going up there to like just look at stuff, and like, dude, you gotta get in. They're like sitting in this like pretty much like a jacuzzi. Like it was so tight, and they're like, you gotta get in. So I like took all my shit out of my pockets, put it in my boots. I'm like sitting in there, and I'm all wet, and like my jeans, and like I already don't like being wet to begin with, and I got wet jeans now.
Oh man,
but
you got soggy jeans.
And they wanted to keep going higher and higher, and I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you gotta walk through this like waterfall thing. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm like holding my boots above my head and shit.
Trying to keep them
like,
dry. Yeah.
Man, where I'm from is flat as hell, so I don't get to do shit like that.
I just decided to have a quick shout out to Passell Studios real quick. We're sitting inside of their studio space for where they are getting ready for Folk Shit Up 2020. Are you doing that this year, by the way?
No, I'm not.
Or next year, my
bad. I might be hanging out with some people that are. Michael Strike in the goddamn band. The Michael Strike is my saxophone player in Mr.Meaner, and I might be coming up with him just to hang out.
Cool. Speaking of which, it is in San Antonio, Texas, Passell Studios. A wonderful man named Yo Avi is hosting us, and his friends Andrew and Victor. They were absolutely amazing. Threw us a show last night.
Yeah, we played here last night.
Incredible.
It was great.
Yeah. And Folk Shit Up 2020 is going to be in Dripping Springs, Texas, for any of you guys that want to look into getting tickets.
Look at you,
for Folk Shit Up.
Stuff.
You can go on Facebook and look up Folk Shit Up 2020. There's a lineup of about 60 bands, I think.
I think it's 62 is what
Yeah,
they have.
that's
yeah.
what Andrew was saying. Yeah. So if anybody wants to get in contact with a giant festival next spring, it's going to be in the end of March of 2020. Go ahead and look up Folk
March
Shit Up
22nd
2020.
or 23rd.
20th, March 20th to the 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
3
anyways,
Okay, back to your regular programming. What's the craziest tour story, good or bad? Like, just the most outlandish thing you could think of. Like, what the fuck? I can't make this shit up. Like,
Oh man, it was what's that Lord of the Rings little goblin dude?
Gollum.
Gollum, yeah. There's this dude who was like Gollum the fuck out. It was terrifying. We were with I was on tour with My Pizza My World at the time, and we were all sleeping in the living room, and there was some people. There was like a bedroom door that was closed and some people hanging out late in there. And then like you could hear it like sometimes be getting kind of aggressive, and it would calm down, and then it would get a little heated and it would calm down. This dude just like starts yelling and screaming, and he like runs out of his room, and he grabs the snow globe off the counter, and he like huddles down behind the door like all sneaky, and he just starts going like we must kill him, and then he would turn over and be like, but we mustn't kill the guests, and he just like keeps going back and forth. And then my buddy, who also being like 10 times the size of him, this man was like 6'4" or something, I swear to God, he was huge, and this little he looked like Gollum, talked like Gollum, sounded like him, it might have just been him, and he runs into the kitchen and grabs a knife.
Oh no.
And he just starts crying. And he just like keeps going back and forth, and he's like we mustn't kill the guest. Oh, but we must. And it was fucking insane. And like everyone that was like sleeping, I guess I did air quotes, you can't really see that. But everyone that was sleeping in the living room was definitely awake, just like like one eyed open, like we're all like trying to like whisper to each other like, let's get the fuck out of here.
oh my God.
Yeah, that was
so scary.
Yeah, that was terrifying. That was first
Hope
night
that
of tour
person got
too.
some help, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
That was the first night of tour.
Yeah, that was the first night. That was the first night of that tour.
This
What
tour
a
was
rough
off to a
start.
start.
Yeah, that really. Oh man.
You ever broken any bones?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It was all from just like skateboarding and snowboarding. But when I was growing up, like, man, you got the group of kids that are like real good at skating, you know, and then like the friends that are like starting up and they're getting better, you know, they got the passion. Then there's like the dude who's like been doing it just as long as the people who've been doing it forever, and I can't do shit and I fall all the time. And like I would try stuff, I would try and go just as big as all my friends, and then I would just fall, and I would in dumb ways too, and I broke each arm I think like twice.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and then I remember one time I was snowboarding, and this one wasn't my fault, but there's this. Actually, it was totally my fault.
I love it.
But they told me, they're like, don't go down the hill as fast as you can, and I'm like, I'm gonna go down this hill as fast as I can. And that wasn't even the problem. The problem was that there was a small kid, who, me also not being very old, I'm like in like 7th or 8th grade, but like a little like 5-6-year-old kid like was on a sled and like slipped in front of me, and I didn't want to smack him, and I went to try and stop, and I turned and I hit him a little bit, and I bounced over him, just started rolling down the hill like a tumbling snowball. And I didn't know what to do, so I tried to put my arm out to stop, and I just put my arm out and just went.
No, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, and it wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't like hanging there or nothing.
Yeah,
but
no
it was
bones
like
sticking out,
it was like obviously broken.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there laying on the ground, and like I don't feel it. I don't feel it yet. Like it hurts, but I don't really feel it yet. And I'm just laying on the ground, defeated, and my buddy comes up on his skis and he's like, "Oh man, do you need some help?" Just like all like chipper. I'm like,
What do you think?
Yeah, like, dude, you gotta take my boots off. I'm like, I broke my arm. You gotta take my boots off. And he couldn't figure it out, and then they had to go and get the little snowmobile thing and bring me to the little medic thing. And the whole time the dude's like, "Your arm's not broken. Your arm's not broken." And then he takes my jacket off. He's like, "Holy shit, dude, I'm sorry."
Your arm's broken.
What's your favorite kind of shoes to wear?
Oh, I wear air yacht boots every day.
Oh yeah, those are nice. Hell yeah.
They look comfy.
They damn are.
Okay, so what's the dumbest thing that you've been arrested for? And it's okay if you've never been arrested, but I kind of think that you've told me a story or two.
Stories, yeah. It's the dumbest thing I've been arrested for.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, I think the dumbest one was I was already in trouble. I was on adult and juvenile probation. At the same time, because I didn't finish my juvenile probation before I was an adult and got in trouble again. And so I had 2 PO officers. I had to go to the junior courthouse and I had to go to the adult courthouse. It was very weird, but I had a curfew. I wasn't supposed to be out, and I was at a friend's place and I was drinking. It was real late, and like all these cops come up because there's. Like, they said we were being real loud, but we, like, obviously weren't. Like, we're all just sitting there, and it was real late. And they started asking everyone's names, and then they like, didn't even run the names. They just asked everyone's names and, like, was getting ready to be on their way, and it came to me, and I just, like, made up the lamest name. I could have fucking might as well said Rusty Shackelford. I didn't know. I don't remember what I don't know what I said my name was.
Oh fuck! But it just gave it away.
It was just so bad, and then I went in the house and I tried to like sneak out like the bathroom window and like do that. And then there's like cops all over the house and they know what's going on. Yeah, and so like I just went out. It took like 2 hours, but eventually I was like, all right, dude, just. Like, let's just go. And he's, because like, I gave him like a fake social security number, like all this shit, thinking that would just work, you know, like just thinking like they don't have a way to see if that is real or not. Like, I could just say whatever numbers I want, and that's credible to the name I'd made up 5 minutes ago that I don't quite remember. Yeah, and eventually they took me in, and the dude was like, it was just a silent ride, and he turns around and he looks at me and goes, "You realize if you just told me your name, man, I was gonna leave."
Oh, dude.
Trotted me right back off to jail.
Tell us something that you're scared of.
Everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Crippling social anxiety.
Yeah, for real. Something I'm scared of. I hate heights, man. I don't like heights, but I'll do it. But another one is like water. I don't really like swimming anymore.
No
You're a
showers.
land creature.
Yeah.
No
Me
showers
too.
and stuff.
Yeah.
No
No, I
showers.
don't. No bathing. I don't drink water at all.
Yeah,
Take
he's
a sip
definitely,
of water,
he's definitely
insert.
not drinking water right now at all.
Yeah. I hate the stuff.
Okay, so this one is one of my favorites because there's some other people that have told some stories of these, and like I can't believe that we've gotten some of these stories out of people. But what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you? And you don't have to answer. We could skip this entirely if you don't like it.
Oh man, no, this is a good one. I just don't know if I want to tell the story. I don't know how public I want it to be, but it's pretty fucking funny.
People might hear this. This is a recording, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've done a lot of embarrassing things. Honestly, okay. So the biggest one was so my coworker, for some reason, she's like one of my best friends, and she was sending me all these links to like vibrators and like shit like that. And not, she would be like, check this one out. I'm like, fucking all right, dude. And
Cool.
And weeks went by, and she was like, yo, she's like, I got a new phone. Can you resend me a link that I sent you from one of those vibrators last week? I'm like, okay. And I went to send it to her, and it was like a YouTube video, dude, of it just like on a table doing shit. And and I accidentally sent it to the wrong coworker, and it was this dude that I just hired on in my kitchen. It's like luckily I knew him. I was good friends with him, so it was a little bit less awkward. But I remember him replying. He just sent the thumbs up, and I was like, "Oh, oops. Weird."
Really awkward.
Yeah, so I had to go to work, and then he comes up to me, he's like, "Why did you send me a video of a vibrator just rolling around on a table today?" And I was like, man. And I was hoping we just wouldn't have to talk about it. And
avoid it altogether.
Yeah, and I told him, and I had to think about it. I'm like, should I tell him why? I'm like, because that's even weirder. And so I told him, like, actually, it was for a different coworker. And then I went on with my work day. It's like, sorry, that's for someone else that works here. Oh yeah, that was embarrassing.
Okay. This is my favorite one. 30-second shout out to all your favorite bands. Go.
Oh fuck! Squirrel Nut Zippers. I like Coulter Wall. Blaze Foley. Shit. I also really like. I'm fucking up.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah. Shit. I can't think of anything right now. I got Run Rabbit Run.
5-second edition.
Fuck, man. I listen to so many bands.
You have a band on your shirt, right?
Oh, yeah. Closet Witch is fucking badass, too.
They make cool shirts.
Yeah. I just want to say, it's so hard. I don't want to say every single one of my friends' bands at the same time.
I know I think that one's like really fucking difficult because there's so many goddamn fucking bands that are awesome.
There was bands there's bands I listen to every day, but like I couldn't think of it because I was thinking of all the other bands at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
holy shit. I listen to a lot of surf music. I didn't say any of that, but I mostly listen to surf music. Most of the bands I listen to.
So last night was a heyday for you.
Yeah, man.
Like
that band was so tight. That was so tight.
Nuclear Juarez. If anybody likes surf type,
they were fucking
rock
rad.
and stuff, they were awesome.
They were fucking badass.
If you wanted to leave a big impression on the world, what would it be?
I guess that I love y'all.
Fuck yeah.
I just want everyone to know that I fucking love them. I got such amazing friends. I got such amazing support for any time I'm going through shit. I just love all my boys and all my gals, and I just want them all to know I love them.
We love you too.
What's the most important thing you think that people need to hear? It can be music or like a message, just something
It's just that. It's that I love y'all. Same thing.
Reiterating that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna play 2 songs of y'all's at the end of the podcast. What would you want us to play?
I would say probably Fast Talker and Never Quite, which are both off of our split that we just released with Run Rabbit Run.
Hell yeah.
Which you can find on their Bandcamp and soon to be ours once we get ours a little bit fixed up.
Where do people go to find your music?
At Bandcamp. We are going to be on Spotify soon. We're just trying to get all of our stuff all figured out. We're bad at the internet stuff. I'm starting to get better at it now.
Well, y'all heard it. Fucking Mr.Meaner from Fargo, North Dakota. Thanks so much for doing this.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate the hell out of it.
Stay dusty, y'all.
Hey, Mark, can we take a quick break for a brief word from our sponsors?
Oh, Ren, that's a great idea. Hey, I loved y'all's set. You guys have band shirts? No? Well, what are you waiting for? Call now for DIY t-shirts. One color, ink design on sustainably sourced used shirts that are better for the environment and come in a variety of sizes, styles, and color for a comparable cost to what you'd get them from a big corporation. Call Jeff at 860-908-2064 or search Jeff Butler Trio on Facebook. That's JEFFBUTLER Trio.
Hey, y'all ever heard of a band called Steel City Jug Slammers? They got a new album out called Hot Butter. Hot Butter is a spreadable form of audio twang, hot and dripping through your ear holes. Full fat, full cream, full flavor. Asked for by name. Hot Butter, the new album from Steel City Jug Slammers. Looking for that new hit piece of merch that won't break the bank?
Bob's Angry Pins can help. They produce high-quality custom pin back buttons for bands, businesses, events, and more. Reference Ragged Bones Podcast and you'll receive 10% off your first order. Start yours by getting in touch today. Facebook.com/Bob's Angry Pins. Bob's Angry Pins @gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Logan from Mr.Meaner. Have you thought about shitting your pants? Why use a toilet when you can just shit your pants? Shit your pants. Try it. It's free. Maybe just shit your pants.
thanks so much for tuning in. If you'd like to seek out or support any of the artists we've hosted today, we've attached links to this episode.
We're pretty darn hard-working artists ourselves, so if you'd like to show us some love and support, you can find us through our music, Robbers Roost.
Hey, check out our Patreon. It's probably the best way to support us. Also, check us out on social media because we plan to release these every Tuesday. Spill the beans, Ren.
Search for Robbers Roost, podcast or band on any platform. We got merch, tour dates, and all the fun stuff.
Ragged Bones from Broken Homes. This has been another episode with Mark
And Renegade.
Stay tuned, folks.
Is that a musician joke?